Right, so tomorrow morning is 3 weeks since I had surgery on my arm. By now, you've probably seen the surgery videos. They're a little bit gruesome. I've recently gone over into this new brace, which has been a freaking game changer. It's called the Exos brace. So basically, it's a complete mold. You put it in like a special oven, and they mold it over your hand. Now, what's really cool with the nature of any sort of injury like this, you end up dealing with quite a bit of swelling, right? And as that swelling comes down with the other style of braces or sort of conventional casts, you end up with wiggle room. Okay, now as you build that wiggle room, as your swelling comes down, you have more movement, and with broken bones and pins and plates, movement equals pain. So what's really cool about this Exos brace, it's actually got this BOA system, which we used to have on our specialized mountain bike shoes. And I can literally just tighten this up to sort of get the fit exactly how I want it and minimize any movement here. Speaking of movement, I've sort of got this back. The other thing is that's relatively pain-free. My thumb is still quite painful, and that's about what I have with the thumb. I really can't move the sort of back portion of the thumb. I can only move really the front. I can maybe do a tiny movement at the back, but that still hurts a bit, so I'm not doing that a lot. As far as exercises, I can do like 10 reps like this 3 times a day. I was meant to start physiotherapy and with the occupational therapist tomorrow morning, but she's had a COVID scare, so that's been sort of cancelled, which is a massive bummer because I was really looking forward to getting back into, starting to rebuild. Yes, everything's been healing and stuff, but I was really excited to get little exercises and, start making progress. But I hope she's fine. She's gone for a test. Hopefully the results come out pretty shortly. She's young and healthy, so she'll be fine. That's sort of where we are. If you are friends with me on Facebook and you live in South Africa, you probably would have seen I listed my motorbike for sale. So I will be selling it, despite the fact that last time I said I want to kind of go out on my own terms. But I've kind of made that decision myself, just the last 3.5 weeks has been pretty shit. I'm not gonna lie. Couple of days you have good days and bad days, but I try not take my painkillers. I pretty much tried to get off after about a week and a half, just because I don't like how they make me feel. My mental space is sort of getting better with regards to hitting my head hard twice in a relatively short space of time. So that's sort of been better. So really bummed on the physio side of things. Speaking of mental space, I've completely lost my train of thought. Really bummed. This weekend is the NRL champs, our sort of 2020 season finale. Yeah, it's 2021, but because of COVID, things were sort of moved down the line, I was really looking forward to go shooting that. All of my new rifles came in, and can't really shoot those at the moment. So the other problem is going to be recoil, right? So as these bones are trying to heal, even if I can manipulate my bolt, every time that rifle recoils, if you've ever broken something, you know that when you bump it, it's a different sensation of pain. It's like you can feel it in your bones. So I can't even imagine what recoil is going to do. And never mind, sort of holding the rifle and manipulating bags and stuff like that. So I actually tried to do a little bit of dry fire left-handed, to just lay the rifle down and sort of reach under, manipulate the bolt. But even lifting the Howa bolt, the rifle cants and you kind of have to brace it with your elbow. It's a mess. That's sort of where we are. This is really cool. That's what I was going to say earlier. When I went to the occupational therapist, I should go to a speech therapist. When I went to the occupational therapist for the first time, she looked at the doctor's report and she asked me do you have pins and needles in your hand? And I was like, yeah, I've had pins and needles since it happened. And she's like, oh yeah, because you sustained quite a bit of nerve damage. I was like, well, that would have been nice to know 3 weeks ago. At least then I could have sort of dealt with that. So pretty much what happened is, as that bone shattered, some of the nerves got damaged. So my thumb, despite I can feel if I'm touching it with an object, or I'm touching the table, for example, I can feel that, but it's pretty numb. The feeling's not all there. My pinky is sort of good. The ring finger is numb on the tip, and then sort of as we work our way back to the thumb, it gets progressively worse. So that's kind of where we are, but they do expect that to, over time, will sort of bounce back. So I'm excited for that. Yeah, I really bummed about that physio thing. Really bummed about the physio. I've been having a lot of trouble sleeping. Yeah, I don't like sleeping tablets either. So yeah, just decided to knock one out for you guys. But overall, this new brace has been an absolute game changer. Despite I might look tired now, but I'm in really good spirits. I'm super thankful, that I didn't get hurt really badly. And sort of circling back to that, why I'm selling the bike, not being able to hold my little girl, or sort of being able to hold her with one hand, but you really can't be a dad. I'm completely out of the routine with bathing her at night and picking her up, and I was the one drying her off and dressing her every night and tucking her in like that. That's all gone. And yeah, while it's really fun to like rip a berm on my motocross bike for 2 hours on a Saturday, it's way more fun being a dad. And if you're a dad, you could probably relate to that. In fact, you will relate to that. So that's sort of where we are. The risk is just too high. And I watched the American Supercross series, and just seeing the best guys in the world eat dirt almost every night I watch, and that's an eye-opener for me. So it doesn't matter how freaking good you are. It's like your wheel just edges on something weird, and the consequences are severe. And on that note, I support my family. My wife's just started her company, by the way. Please go follow her on Instagram. She would really appreciate that. She's going to be doing some psychological stuff with doctors and things, because she's a psychologist, just to help them with sort of their first response. They've been working crazy hours dealing with all this COVID thing. So they're going to be doing some work with them, which is really, really cool. Yeah, so basically, I'm kind of the sole provider. And yes, I've been able to make Q&A videos and those kind of videos for our other channel. But dude, or lady, if you're a lady, Lanelle, editing with my left hand, literally takes 4 times as long. I'm sure that'll be back. You don't realize how much you're moving your mouse with just your wrist. Now it's like moving my whole arm, but it hurts after a while. So I'm trying not to do that. And then obviously we have channel partners, we have companies like MDT, companies like Vortex, Bad Machine, International Barrels, to name a few, that have really stepped up to support our channel. And if I'm going out there ripping on my dirt bike and eating dirt the whole time, it's probably not the smartest move in the long term. Also for my health. And I really enjoy shooting too, so I kind of want to get back to doing that. So that's sort of where we are. And then I also have a responsibility to you guys. If you're a main channel subscriber and you're subscribed, you're like a die-hard fan, so thank you very much. This is probably going to be the boringest video that I've ever done, but I thought I'd kind of just sit down and, give you guys sort of an update. Yeah, so I've got a responsibility towards you too. I can't kind of just do what I want to do. And no, please excuse the purple background. My Apple TV's just switched off. So I need to get back to doing what we're doing and focusing on one thing and instead of trying to be all over the place. So yeah, I'm gonna try call it a day. The blue actually looks pretty cool, the background. I'm gonna call it a day. And I'll see you guys in the next update. As for what this channel will be going forward, yeah, we were doing some cool dirt bike stuff. If you guys like this style of video, just sort of a general update, sort of what we're experiencing in life, maybe some more family stuff. But also kind of on that note, I don't always want to lug a camera around and just record everything, right? I really enjoy my downtime with the family when there's no phones and things. And speaking of which, if you've WhatsApped me or phoned me and I don't get back to you, I hate this thing. I freaking hate this thing. So I try and almost never have it with me, because it's always busy. And when I'm not working, I make a conscious effort not to work. And because that used to be my problem when I was a financial advisor. I used to be like a workaholic, and I'd have a really hard time putting my work down. So in the day, yeah, absolutely. But if it's after hours, chances are the message is buried so freaking deep by the time I wake up tomorrow morning, it's just gone. Anyway, that's it for this update. If you're new on this channel and you came here from our other channel, please make sure you're subscribed. We'd really appreciate that. We're almost at the level where this channel will get monetized, aka, ticking sort of all the boxes for being a YouTube partner, which is really cool, so we can start earning, this video will probably make less than 5 rand. Because you really need crazy views to make any sort of revenue, but at least that's a step in the right direction. So I'd really appreciate that if you guys could do that for me. Anyway, I'll see you in the next update. All systems go. That's about the best thumbs up I can do. Yeah, again, thanks for everybody sending messages with support and all of those things. I really appreciate it. And I also want to just sort of reiterate, it's late at night, I'm tired, and I'm having trouble sleeping. I always had trouble sleeping. Now I add this to the equation, it really doesn't make it better. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for everything. Be kind to one another, as Ellen would say. Bye.